Hey, this is Anastasia with AgreedToFabulous.com. And if you really want to learn how to level up your life, you should be listening to the Time to Shine Today podcast with my friend Scott Ferguson.
Hey, Time to Shine Today podcast squad. It's Scott Ferguson, and I am going to be introducing you to Anastasia Mouzina. This is a seriously phenomenal lady who literally won the green card lottery, came from Greece, where, as we kind of know, financially it's kind of a repressed area, came to the United States, knew zero people. And through her drive and her commitment and her belief in herself, she's grown a phenomenally awesome coaching company, a fantastic relationship coach, and just a pleasure to talk to. So without further ado, here is an interview with my good friend, Anastasia Mouzina. Hey, Time to Shine squad. It's Scott Ferguson, and I am very privileged to bring on Anastasia Mouzina. She studies Greek philosophy, and she kind of transforms that into helping her students that she coaches. She helps people find success through the techniques of the ancient Greek philosophers. Her program is coming out very soon and is Awake to Fabulous Success, and teach people how to be really successful. And as a side note, I put out podcasts that I've actually got really good reviews on from you listeners that I have did about my take on the Stoics, or not Stoics so much, but as philosophers. And now I get to actually speak to somebody that's a professional in it. So I am so stoked. And Anastasia, if you could, please say hello to the Time to Shine squad. And first, tell us your favorite color and why.
Oh, hello, everybody. I'm very happy to be here with all of you. And my favorite color is purple.
Purple?
Yes.
Okay, and why is that?
Because I represent spirituality, and I work on it more than 25 years, and I have a deep connection with this color.
Oh, very nice.
It helps me a lot.
I love purple as well. Purple and blue are kind of my jam. But tell us, like, the origin of your story. You're from Greece, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to let you tell the story.
Okay, so I'm from Greece originally, and I'm here in the USA the last 2 years and a half. I won the green card lottery in reality.
Yay!
Yeah, and so I was very lucky. This is very rare to happen. And so I brought my family here. It was kind of my dream to come and live in the USA. I didn't know why. Still, I don't know why, but anyway, I think that is a call for me to be here, and so here I am. So yeah, I came here and I start from zero. I didn't know anybody here in the USA.
Okay, and did you practice philosophy and coaching people philosophy in Greece?
Yes, and it's not only merely philosophy. It's a combination of other stuff like neuro-linguistic programming,
NLP, yeah,
energy work. I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher, so I follow this philosophy also, and a lot of others. CBD. I do a lot of things, that I do a combination of all this stuff together.
Gotcha. So what was the aha moment that kind of brought you, I mean, you came to the United States, but what was the aha moment to really want to help others level up their life?
Okay, my aha moment was when I was struggling with my life, my relationships, and my career also, because I was paying attention only to one part of my life, and so there was no balance.
What part was that, Anastasia? What part were you only paying attention to?
It was relationships.
Just relationships at the time?
Okay. I was giving attention to my relationships only, and then I was leaving the career. And then I did the opposite. So it was never a balance there.
Right.
And I understood that in reality, you cannot have happy life, happiness, in the meaning of the Greek philosophy that they said eudaimonia, which is to flourish, to have everything in balance. So I was kind of obsessed in this thing of balance, and I was trying to find my way into this. And this was my aha moment when I create this hybrid of Asian philosophy modalities in combination with the NLP. So this is all together, leadership skills and all this together. I brought it. And this was my aha moment when I finally saw that this works for me. So why not for everybody else?
Who turned you on to neuro-linguistic programming? Because I've studied that.
Yeah.
Who turned you on to that?
Yeah, it was back in Greece. And
Really?
so, yeah.
Who did you study with regards to NLP?
I studied with the NLP, Hellenic NLP Academy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And to start your business, you came over here from Greece knowing zero people. You are a fantastically successful human being now. You seem like you're really well balanced compared to what you were before because you found that happy medium with stuff. What is it that sparked? Well, let's back that up. How did you build your business knowing zero people?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you the story. It's not really funny, but when I first arrived here, as I didn't know anybody, I went to a Greek restaurant to eat, and then they hired me as a bartender.
Very cool.
So I started bartending, and it was my way to start meeting people. And from there, I had my first clients.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you
because
that's funny because I'm a real estate agent for 22 years, and I used to wait tables and I used to slide my business card in with their bill. And
I did the same.
And people would be like, "Hey, you know what? You're awesome. You're personable. We want to give you a shot."
Exactly.
So what kind of clients do you coach? Are you helping people level up their lives and achieve real success, or what kind of clients are you?
So I coach mostly startup entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs to have success, but also I coach people for relationships.
Okay.
Not to match people, with other ones, but mostly to find this place in themselves, how to be confident and attract what they really want in their life, and then to create the balance that is needed to have eudaimonia and courage.
How's that spelled? Is it eudaimonia?
Yeah,
How's that spelled?
eudaimonia.
Okay. How do you spell that? Because I want to put this in our show note.
AIMONIA.
Gotcha. And the definition of eudaimonia is
to flourish. Is the success that you can have in every aspect of your life, but not only like the happiness. Is flourish is a state that you cannot go back from there, because it's an inner thing, is an inner accomplishment.
Okay. So you're actually, it's a progression. It's actually moving forward at all times. So you don't really take steps back, but if we run into failures, we're failing forward, right?
Yeah. In reality is building a character.
Okay.
And strong character.
So you have people that, when you say relationships, is it a relationship with themselves or a relationship with other people?
Everything.
With everything. Okay.
With themselves first, and then every relationship which has the same base anyway, with the co-workers or with the employees or with the husband, the wife, the lovers, whatever.
Okay.
But it's because everything starts from you, within you, and so every relationship is exactly the same afterwards.
Wow. Okay. So kind of discussed a really challenging time, and you said you won the green
Yeah.
card
Yeah.
lottery. You said, what was that like with waiting? Because to me, you know, I had to become an American citizen as well. I was born, believe it or not, in the Philippine Islands, and
Yeah.
I became an American citizen. I was adopted and really young. But what was that like? Because I love the United States. It's kind of I love it. I serve my country and whatnot. But what was it about coming to the United States that made you really want to push for that?
Um, in my mind, United States, I was coming every year, to visit United States, because in my mind, United States, it was the place that I could reach my dreams. Greece is amazing place,
Oh,
but
it's beautiful.
unfortunately, financially, it's not going well. So I have 3 boys, and my mind goes always how to be more successful, have more impact in the world, because this is my mission. Inside me, I'm not satisfied if I don't make an impact.
Okay.
And so I was so driven to come here in the USA because of this reason. So I applied for the green card lottery. Of course, there are millions of people that they
Yeah.
do the same. But finally, after 4 years, I won. And
Oh,
I
wow.
couldn't believe it. It wasn't easy after that because, even if you win, it's not that you are coming.
Right.
They, you know, they examine everything about you, your family, and 7 generations back. So, yeah. But finally, I made it. I spent a lot of money to accomplish
Oh,
that. Believe me.
I bet you did. So the Greeks started everything. You know, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, they
Yeah.
just did. I mean, it's always the joke with my big fat Greek wedding that origin of
Yeah.
every word kind of comes from the Greeks. But who is your favorite Greek philosopher then?
It's Socrates and Plato. In reality, more Plato than Socrates, but yeah, Socrates is more famous.
What that remind is was Cato a Greek philosopher, or
Yeah,
was he
no,
okay?
it's Roman.
He's Roman, so like
Yeah,
Cato and Marcus Aurelius, they're all
yeah,
Roman.
Romans.
Okay, gotcha. Why Plato?
Because Plato was talking about the world of forms. And I fully agree with him into this. And he was more, optimistic. Socrates, he wasn't so optimistic. And I am an optimistic person. So I love Plato and his idea of the cave, that we live in a cave and we see only the shadows and we are dreaming reality. We don't see the reality. And so I really agree with him in too many things that he's saying. That's why he's my favorite. And then I believe that we really download from the world of forms everything that we manifest here in this material world.
Sure. So what was it? What do you take from Plato? Which I'm going to say it right now. It's Plato, not Plato.
Yeah.
So what do you take from Plato in his world of forms, and then implement that into helping someone level up their
Yeah.
life that you coach? What do you take? I hear you said optimism and whatnot,
Hmm.
but is there specific things that you kind of maybe take from him, make it yours, and then pass on?
Yes. It's his way of, in reality, his ability to really be in this world of forms and understand it, how it works. And so you can download, literally, you can download everything.
Wow. So you can
Yeah.
actually just kind of pull from, maybe I need to put him at my mastermind table, because I have
Yeah.
like kind of in my imaginary mind mastermind table,
Yeah,
and I
I have
have
one
people.
too.
Yeah. So everyone's sitting around there. So any situation I'm in, it's nice to just go to their book. It's like kind of like, and you can't really talk to them, obviously, and
Yeah.
there's no ether for us to do that. But like to be able to pull out a book and just read. And I actually, Seneca is like
Seneca, yes.
my guy, because he was rich.
Yeah.
He made
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
but he never was a ruler. But he just was like, you know what? I love Seneca. That's
Yeah,
just
I love
that's
him
kind of,
also. Yes.
yeah, that's
Me
just kind of
too.
my
Me
guy.
too.
So you had a lot of challenging times, but getting your business started, what is your worst moment that you hit, maybe a wall you hit that...
I was the mentality. I couldn't understand the mentality here in the USA. I came from a totally different mentality, another country in Europe, Greece. We are so different people. And so I was struggling to understand how things work here, really. For example, here marketing is a huge thing. If you're not in the internet, if you don't market yourself, you don't exist. In Greece, it's not working like that. And so I had
It doesn't
really
work like that? There's really no
no,
marketing?
no,
How do
no.
people grow themselves, grow their business and stuff like
Word
that?
of mouth.
Really?
That's it.
Okay.
There are not too much in this thing of the internet, and
Sure.
okay, maybe you put your name somewhere there. All right, yeah, that's
Sure.
it. And then you go, to groups and personal things
Networking.
mostly. Yeah,
Networking stuff.
networking, but in person.
Okay. So it sounds like it was a challenge there. How did you push through that to get your...
Oh,
Is it
asking
just...
everybody about everything.
Yeah?
About everything. I was studying. I went to a school for marketing and then for computer to understand how to work to Canvas and stuff. I went 2 years now. I was studying about computers and marketing and internet and then I hired somebody, thank God,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah,
That's
I thought that at the end I'm gonna be a coach for marketing.
right. So so it's nice that you had the wherewithal to be able to outsource what you're
Yeah.
not good at, because you didn't grow up doing it.
No,
You didn't grow up. You went out.
no.
What I call pressing flesh, where you're meeting people, shaking hands, and
Yeah.
meeting people face to face and growing your business. I love growing my business locally like that as well. And luckily, this whole podcasting thing allows me to reach
Yeah.
more people,
Yeah.
which is nice as well. And it's funny, I do teach a course about networking face to face, so
Oh,
it's
nice.
kind of neat.
You
I'm going to
see?
pick up a few steps, from you here. So who would be, if I'm out networking, who would be what would someone say that I would think Anastasia to refer someone to you?
Yeah, success and relationships together. Like
Okay.
um, they cannot go apart.
Okay.
I coach people to both of this. Usually, the coaches they have only for business or only for relationships. I don't do that because I believe in balance. So
Okay.
yes, if you could suggest me, it would be the balance thing between business and relationships and how to work your relationships even inside the work, not only personal.
So if I'm talking with somebody at an
Mm-hmm.
event and they're like, man, I just can't get my home life, my business life to match up. I can't find, time with my wife and also spend enough time at the office. You can help them
Yeah,
combine them,
yeah,
balance them,
yeah.
and maybe make a little more harmonic, a little bit more harmony.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
great.
exactly. And how to implement RAT, which is
Okay.
virtues in their life. So um, they have to understand how to implement this in their life. So everything then it comes effortlessly. They don't have to strangle. They just do it.
Okay. What's your morning routine look like then?
My morning routine.
Hmm?
Okay, yeah, I get up usually very early and then I do my meditation and yoga because I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher.
Oh wow,
So,
okay.
yeah,
I
I
practice
don't,
Ashtanga.
oh, yeah, I
Hmm?
don't teach anymore the
Okay.
Kundalini, but I take all the philosophy of the Kundalini and the breathing and
Yeah.
mantras. I chant mantras. I love to chant mantras.
Okay.
And this is my morning routine. Then usually I do something with my boys or something like this. I read a lot. I read a
Okay.
lot.
Okay. What do you like to read?
Oh, all these kind of books that is self-help and
Sure.
or about psychology,
Sure.
whatever I can find that can bring you a level up.
Gotcha. I love it. Leveling up. I love that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you went through a lot in your life. What would you say to the 25-year-old Anastasia?
Oh my God.
You're giving her advice. You're
Yeah.
going back in time or you're writing a letter to her. What would
Mhm.
you say to her?
Uh, yeah, the 25 years old Anastasia, I was really frustrating person,
Right?
So I would advise her to find her inner strength and the queen inside her and bring it up. And because it's there, but we are
Okay.
lost.
All right.
So yes, to use everything she has to get out of there, of
Okay.
this place.
The situation that you might
Yeah,
have been in at the time.
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. What what is Anastasia's definition of a life well lived?
Oh, in reality, I have my definition of success, but yes, well lived is when you have, because it's not the same for everybody, but for me, to have my family, that they are, of course, in health and everything, but then, of course, to create my lifestyle, the lifestyle that I want to live, and to help also other people, because if I'm not good, I cannot help anybody else. So for me, it's essential, my relationships to be really in balance and in love, and then to have the work, because I don't want to say the word job, I don't like this one, to do the work that I really love and is my passion, and so I can offer to the world.
I love it. So you're wanting to give the world a great message while taking care of your family and
Yeah,
always leveling up and moving forward. I love
yeah,
that. That's a great definition of a life well lived. Okay,
yeah.
you said this, but what's your definition of success?
Oh, yeah. So success is purpose driven, dressed up with virtues, wisdom, courage, temperance, justice, and strength, embracing your demon and live to your highest potential.
I love that. Wow. Wow. So your purpose driven life would be living with all that what you just said sandwiched in
Yeah,
between would be living your best self, living your
yeah.
most enlightened self, your most open self,
If you
right?
don't have a purpose in this life, the higher purpose, I, I, I don't see anything, where are you going?
Sure. Yeah, I love that. That's why I always say is like you have to have your purpose, kind of back that purpose with your faith, of what
Yeah,
you want to have, and
yeah,
then back that with a persistence that doesn't recognize failure, right? And for you to
yes.
come over here and do what you're doing, that's exactly really how you're living. So,
Yeah, I walk the talk.
yeah, yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, what let's remove your cell phone for a minute out of this equation. What are three things that Anastasia cannot live without?
Mm. Books,
Okay.
for sure, books. Um, Music.
Ah,
I love music. And friends.
friends and family. Love it.
Hmm.
All right. That's fantastic. And then, what is the one thing that Anastasia knows for sure?
The one thing that I really, really know is that we have tremendous power inside us. I found it. I didn't have it always, but I found it. And when I started using it, miracles happened.
Yeah, that's
So,
strong. That is awesome. I was actually reading this morning. If you've never read anything by Robin Sharma, pick it
yeah,
up.
I did.
Okay.
I
So
did.
he has a book called Who Will Cry When You Die?
Yeah, I have I
Right.
read it.
Yeah. So I literally read this morning about the gods back in the day made all human beings gods, but they were abusing their power, right? They were not doing good things with it. So then they were saying, hey, well, why don't we hide it on a mountaintop? And the supreme god's like, no, no, no way. They'll find it. How about we put it in the deepest ocean? Someone will find it. So finally, the supreme god's like, I'm going to put it in their heart
Exactly.
because they'll never look there.
Yes.
And like you just said, when I asked you what's the one thing you know for sure is that you have tremendous power inside,
Yeah.
and you unleash yours. I feel like I unleash mine, and you're helping people unleash their power. That blows my mind. That's so
Yes.
thankful that you actually said that, which led into my diatribe of what I just said. So I apologize that.
It's for
I
what
love
I
that.
live for, to make people understand, if I can, that they are tremendously powerful.
Yeah.
And they can change everything in their life.
Yes, that's amazing. Awesome. This has just really blown my mind. This is a fantastic. But we're going to move into what I call my level up lightning round, where I'm going to ask you 4 or 5 questions.
Okay.
We could talk on them for an hour, but I'm going to give you 5 to 7 seconds. Okay? You got to be quick with them. No explanations. Just give me the answers. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. What's the best leveling up advice you've ever received?
Okay. So the best one, it was from a random person I met in a group. So he said to me, so Anastasia, what is the mark you want to leave in this world so they know you were here?
Love it. Love it.
And then he said, whatever you do, think of what this action of yours will offer to the world. And this is the advice that I always have in my heart.
I love that. That's beautiful. Share one of your personal habits that contributes to your success.
I could name some of my habits like meditation or reading a lot of books, but I think my self-driven characteristic, the ability to take risks and follow my dreams no matter what, is the key to my personal success.
Love it. What website do you like to go to outside of your own and, of course, Time to Shine
Yours.
today?
Yes.
But what website do you like to go to kind of level up and get good information to fill your keep your programming moving forward?
I'm in not only one, but I really like the Psychology Today.
Yeah. Love it.
I really love that one.
Okay.
And other like this.
Awesome. Love that. And recommend you're a reader. So what's your favorite book? Give me your favorite book.
Oh, yes. My favorite book is School for Gods. I don't know if you ever read it.
No.
It's by Stefano Elio Dana. So
let's elaborate. I'm going to slow down the lightning round. Tell me about that book.
Oh my God,
look it
this
up
book is not for everybody though, okay? It has a very direct and controversial meaning and methods. I would say it's for those who are ready to become very successful.
Okay.
But has, messages inside there that they will challenge you.
Okay. Is it an easy read? Or does it make you think, like when I sat down and read Meditations, I had to read it over and over again?
No. This is like a story of a man. It's a story of a man that he found out his dreamer inside him. So he was talking with the dreamer, and the dreamer was revealing to him truth.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it was amazing.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to buy it right when we hang up.
For example, he said in a chapter, he said that usually we give up our dreams for a handful of security. And this was really second up my life because then I quit from a job that I had 9 to 5 and I became what I became.
It's a relatively new book too. It's not that old.
Yeah, it's not very old.
I'm going to definitely read that. Okay, what's your favorite charity or organization you like to support?
I usually like to support whatever has to do with kids.
Okay, beautiful. And then last question, what's the best decade of music? 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s?
80s.
I'm right there with you. I'm a product of the 80s, 70s, and 80s. That's me. Awesome. So, Anastasia, before you leave, No, let's ask people how to find you. Tell people how to find you.
Okay, I have my website awaketofabuloussuccess.com, and also my Phoebe and Instagram page Awake to Fabulous Success, and then the AnastasiaMouzina.com.
All right. Okay. And so it's Awake to Fabulous Success. Okay. Beautiful. All
Facebook and Instagram pages are Awake to Fabulous Success.
Okay. I'm going to put all this stuff in the show notes, listeners, my squad. And before we end here, leave the Time to Shine squad one last knowledge nugget you want them to take with them. To really instill. I think I know what you would say, but I want to hear it from you.
Okay. So my last piece of advice is what Socrates said. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what you pretend to be.
So when no one's looking and you feel that greatness and you're pretending it, be that person to the world.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's so strong. Thank you. That's fantastic. And hey, squad, you've just had some serious, awesome knowledge nuggets dropped on you by my friend Anastasia Mouzina. And make sure you check out the show notes for all her resources. And feel free to reach out to her on all of her social platforms. She actually answers back, which is fantastic. She's taught us about Eudaimonia. That'll be in the show notes as well, peeps. And as we always say, we like to vibe real high and surround ourselves with people that do the same, that are humble yet hungry, leveling up their health and leveling up their wealth. And Anastasia, thank you so much for coming aboard. You're part of our squad now. You can't get rid of us.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, okay?
Thank you for having me here.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Time to Shine Today podcast, proudly brought to you by Sutter & Nugent Real Estate Excellence, who can be reached at 561-249-7266 and online at www.sutterandnugent.com. If you're a business owner or professional who would like to be interviewed on Time to Shine Today, please visit timetoshinetoday.com/guest. If you like this episode, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. There's a link in the show notes to our website. Also there, you will see our recommended resources. We hope that you will support our show by supporting them. If you like what you've been listening to, it'd be great if you could just give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe while you're at it. I'm your host, Scott Ferguson, and until next time, let's level up. It's our time to shine.